What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Large and Conditioning. Greg doucette is the most controversial influencer, but why? Before we get into the video, comment, like and subscribe. The way that I see it, there are three major reasons why Greg doucette is so controversial. Number one, at least for me personally, this would be his line of supplements. Especially his pre-workout, his new one that just came out, is very underdosed. In order to get the benefits from the different ingredients in it, you need to use 3 scoops every single time. And some of them you need to actually take every single day in terms of the ingredients. So you need a loading period before you actually get a benefit. Meaning you have to blow through your wallet pretty quickly. And at a price of $50, and if you use 3 scoops every single time, that's 13 servings. You're going to be spending more than $100 per month on just pre-workout. And realistically speaking, anyone who also uses money on pre-workouts will obviously use money on protein powders. And his are kind of expensive at about $45 for 25 servings. And if you use twice a day, you're also going to be looking at about $100. So in just pre-workout and protein powder alone, you'll be looking at $200 a month on just 2 products. Now, I think one thing a lot of people think is really a big issue is his testosterone, that he claims to have all these crazy benefits, almost steroid-like, which there's just simply no evidence. A lot of people will be trying them and say they did something for them, others will say it didn't. And a lot of the people, at least for his viewers, are beginners. So when you're a beginner, pretty much anything is going to be working. You can't really just say like, I took testosterone and I gained 50 pounds on my bench, but I just started working out last week. It doesn't really just track, it's not good info. On top of this, he sells BCAAs, which is completely pointless really. I mean, you can just take a protein powder and get the same amount of BCAAs anyway. So, but you're not going to get all the additional building blocks that you actually need in order to build muscle mass. You're just going to be getting the amino acids that will trigger the protein synthesis, but you're not going to get the building blocks on top of it that will help you build muscle. So it's just going to be pretty much worthless. Reason number 2, main gaining. He tried to create this whole main gaining thing, like just find a weight that you like to be at and then main gain from there. As if you can magically just grow muscle mass and get bigger and stronger while staying at the same body weight. If you're 150 pounds and you want to get bigger and stronger, you're not going to stay at 150 pounds. It's just won't happen. Simple just by that's not how the body really works. And this is a big problem. There have been a lot of younger lifters been misled by staying at a certain body weight and then just staying there, and then they just spin their wheels for a very long time. There have been other YouTubers like Revival Fitness talking about how this and talking about how other viewers of his has done main gaining for a year or 2 and then started bulking and then immediately started seeing progress, but they didn't see anything for like a year or 2. So it's just main gaining, it doesn't work. But Greg tried to sell it as if it is magical wonder thing that you can stay lean and then get bigger and stronger while staying in the same body fat and grow muscle mass somehow, but doesn't really explain how. Greg made the whole main gaining thing in the first place because, like he says, you won't have to cut if you don't bulk in the first place. Which, sure, if you dirty bulk, and which he equates bulk to, it's just getting fat. But if you are a new lifter and you start out skinny, you're going to have to bulk. However, that doesn't mean pizza, ice cream, everything like that every single day. It just means that you eat a little bit more of the normal healthy foods that you would be eating otherwise. But he equates it to just being a fat piece of shit, essentially, and this is just not the case. So for skinny people that start out, they're not going to need to cut or quote-unquote main gain, they're going to have to bulk. And the people who start out overweight, they're going to have to cut, because that's just the name of the game. That's part of the process. We can't just expect to get big and stronger, especially when you're skinny, without actually eating more food than you can actually burn. So you have to eat more food to get bigger and stronger. A perfect example of this is a YouTuber called Alex Leonidas, also formerly known as Alpha Destiny. He has throughout the years going on bulks and cuts, and he continued to get bigger and stronger throughout the years. and it just goes to prove that you do really need it. And Alpha Destiny, he do go into bear mode, as he has called it at times, but he doesn't get like flat out fat. Sure, he gets YouTube fat, but I mean on YouTube specifically, really, if you are above 15% body fat, you will probably consider fat for most people. And that's just how, because of body dysmorphia, has really kicked into people's minds that you have to be ultra shredded, and if you're not shredded, you're just fat. There's no in between. But the thing is, Alpha Destiny has done this for years, gotten bigger and stronger year by year as a good natural lifter. He proves that you need to cut and bulk. The third and final reason why Greg is so controversial is something I personally don't understand. It is because he is blunt. He just flat out says, of course he sells supplements and markets them in his cookbook because he's trying to make money. Most other YouTubers in general, especially in fitness, they're not gonna flat out say, yeah, sure, I'm doing this trying to make money. I'm just doing this because I want to help or do what makes sense for me. But Greg flat out says, yeah, I want to make money. But that is somehow controversial, to be honest about what he wants to do. Sure, it's great to make money from doing things where you can help other people, but people slam him for saying that he wants to make money because he has a company and he has people who work for him, and he needs to make money so he can actually pay those people so they can make money for their families. It doesn't make sense at all. He gets slammed for being honest. These are the reasons that I believe why Greg is so controversial. The first and second reason is completely valid why he's so controversial. The third reason makes no sense. Why would you be criticizing people for being honest? It just makes no sense. Thank you for watching. Lasting Conditioning signing out. I hope you have an awesome day.